Good morning. My name is Leslie Cho. I'm the section head for preventive cardiology and cardiac rehab here at Cleveland Clinic and also the director of Women's Cardiovascular Center. I had the privilege of being the lead author for a paper that was published by the American College of Cardiology Women's Cardiovascular Disease Group on how to increase women in clinical trials. So clinical trials are truly the pillars of our scientific knowledge. And clinical trials, as many of you know, is where people are testing the hypothesis of whether a drug or a device makes you live longer or live better or have less heart attack or stroke. Unfortunately, women and minorities have very low enrollment in these trials, and especially in cardiology trials. And so the paper was focused on how to increase the enrollment for women and underrepresented minorities, but also the more important question of why women continue in 2021 to have low clinical trial enrollment. Even now, 70% of trial participants are male, and so only 30% are female. And yet these drugs that are approved based on these trials or these devices are approved for everyone, despite the fact that women are only 30% of the clinical trials. Now, some of the reason has to do with women not getting referred to a specialty centers or a quaternary centers where they are enrolling clinical trials. And obviously the awareness and having patients, whether they get their care at community hospitals or whether they get it in rural hospitals, have the opportunity to enroll in clinical trial is very important, and that's a structural problem. But oftentimes women, even when they are offered the enrollment opportunity, are less likely to enroll. And that has to, I think, do with the fact that women are caregivers and they have a lot of responsibilities. The other issue may be that women are older when they present with heart disease, and so they're less likely to be approached for these trials. And then there are some other factors, such as the amount of follow-up that women may find onerous. But what I really want to convey to you today is the importance, the true importance of participating in clinical trials. Some of these drugs that have been approved have had more side effects in women. They have different impact on women in terms of quality of life, in terms of bleeding complication. So it's really important for women to participate. And there are sites out there. There are clinical websites. So clinicaltrials.gov is a wonderful site where you can find out about trials that are ongoing that you may be able to participate in. It has all the information, all the ongoing trials. The great thing about participating in clinical trials is that it not only benefits all of us in society, but also it's really beneficial for the participant. You get very close supervision, you get therapies, you are closely monitored by the nurses and by physicians, and you have access to cutting edge modalities that may take years to come to market. But you know, as I always tell patients who are participating in clinical trial, the society really owes them a debt of gratitude because they're doing a huge service. Now, some of these trials have drugs that will never come to market. But we know that because these patients have dedicated their time and effort and really their body to helping us advance science. So for women, especially underrepresented minorities, we really want to encourage you to participate in clinical trials. Thank you.